Hey everyone, today I have pulled a tarot reading for the collective. When I began the reading, I set my intention and I connected with all of the beings, source, love, angels, guides of the highest light, as well as the collective consciousness. And I asked for a message to come through that was necessary. And I stated my intention that when the cards were pulled, I would intuitively know what it was relating to, and I wanted it to be for everyone's greatest and highest good, for them and their personal lives. I did not expect, it was not my intention at least, for this message to come through, but it makes sense because this is what is so relevant right now, going on everywhere in the world. Everyone's tuned into these events, so it makes sense that this message would be relevant for you. If you're watching this video, you've come across this, or this has come across you. Again, I do have to put a disclaimer, always, this is for entertainment purposes, so please don't take this as fact. Always trust your intuition, take what resonates. And yeah, now when I was shuffling the deck, this card right here flipped out, the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is all about success and honors, but at a price. Fulfilling obligations while oppressed by the weight, striving towards deadlines, climbing a precarious ladder, and needing to reduce pressure. So off the bat, the tone is letting us know there's pressure being applied. Pressure in all areas, deadlines, fulfilling obligations. Wonder what those might be. I put the card back, shuffled again, reaffirming my guides and all of the highest good to come through, and initially broke the deck in half. I got the Death card. So I'm saying that to say, when I was shuffling the deck, the Ten of Wands popped out in my head. Boom, cycles are coming to an end. Things are heating up rapidly. New beginnings, cycles ending, changes. By the way, it is the new moon as I am filming this, June 25th, so 12:46 a.m. So boom, new beginnings, success and honors, but at a price. Striving towards deadlines, cycles coming to an end, cycles ending, striving towards deadlines. Okay, and then I got the Death card. So that confirmed that yes, it says alteration, transformation, loss, endings or partings of ways, depression, stagnation, handling failure, disaster, regeneration required, forced removal, immobility or something like that, recovery from illness or shock, and transition. Death. Success and honors, but at a price. Death. Alteration. Things are changing. New cycles, old cycles ending, parting of ways to a new cycle, to a new beginning. But in order for that beginning, you must go through the transition, you must go through the transformation, you must go through the alteration, the changes. Forced removal, if you don't, well, failure or disaster. Regeneration required, recovery from illness, fulfilling obligations, but at a price. Okay, let's continue. Let's move forward. Hopefully you're still with me. Fulfilling obligations, but at a price. So now we're gonna talk about the actual card deck shuffle. So I shuffled the deck, I laid out my cards, I split the deck, and I got the Ace of Coins, and I got the Five of Swords is at the bottom of the deck, and this was when I split it. So boom, this is setting the tone. Five of Swords, greater self-knowledge, often from mistakes and hardships, brute force, sometimes with destructive consequences, strength through persistence versus over-ambition, possible losses through acting in good of own self-interest. So at the bottom of the deck, greater self-knowledge, often from mistakes and hardships, brute force, sometimes with destructive consequences, strength through persistence versus over-ambition. So strength through persistence versus over-ambition. Doesn't that remind you of the Ten of Wands? Success and honors, but at a price. Needing to reduce pressure, fulfilling obligations, and striving towards deadline. So persistence is basically continuing forward even through hardships. Persistence versus over-ambition. So what you thought, your aim, your goals, your deadlines, you had. I'm gonna move forward, but I hope that with this silence you're picking this up. Okay, so now we have possible losses through acting in your own best interest. Okay, we're gonna move forward and then I'll put everything together. Okay, welcome back. So part 2, I'm filming through TikTok, sorry guys. So part 2 for splitting the deck in half is the Ace of Coins. So this card says treasures, riches, prosperity, attainment, recognition, contentment, fulfillment, and it could relate to work, pregnancy, childbirth, etc. triumph, profit, security, and its price, fresh financial start, and new enterprises, new beginnings, new world. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to go so hard on that. Okay. As I said that, look what card came out. Look what card the Tower. The foundation's crumbling. Things have to come to. My goodness, this is crazy. You have the fire, the crown, the King of Swords, the crown, lightning. Oh my goodness. So the Tower, that card says House of God, disruption, expulsion from an earthly paradise, divine wrath, punishment of pride, losses, rivalry that destroys, bankruptcy, plans ruined, need to start again. So one person's plans are going to be ruined while another person is going to have treasures, riches, prosperity. This was all for this new enterprise. Okay, we're going to move forward. So now I've really been out of the loop of what's been going on in the world events. If I've really seen anything, it's probably came across my TikTok. And honestly, I've just really, haven't really, I mean, it's hard to not hear what's going on, right? It's everywhere, but I say that to say I don't really have an opinion or a bias, but the message came through and I have to relay that, okay? I do have an opinion, but we all have opinions on things. But so the card that I pulled for the actual reading was the King of Swords, the Ten of Wands again, success and honors without a price, fulfilling obligations, and the Three of Cups. So the King of Swords is businessman, judge, lawyer, doctor, advisor, authority, someone in power, the literal king, superiority, experience, justice and fairness, military intelligence, analytical, fixed opinions, controlling in nature, dictator, ruthless, conflict, harshness, barbarity, tyranny. I love the pink grapefruit from Ice. I need a little hydration. Well, I love water too, but I love this flavor. Okay, so yeah. Then we have the Three of Cups. Happy gathering, social activities, group effort, victory, problems resolved, wounds and painful memories healed, pleasures of life, joyous family, support from siblings, cousins, peers, conclusions. The kings of the nations, okay? You do the math of current events. The kings of the nations right now, they're fighting, okay? They're fighting over treasures, they're fighting over riches, they're fighting over justice, they're fighting over justice and fairness. It's a spiritual battle, it's God's divine wrath, like it's karma, it's everything. It's cycles that need to come to an end, okay? Karmic cycles coming to an end. It's actively playing out, okay? It's actively playing out. They're fighting. And I think, I don't want to say it's like a bullying or there's a lot going on right now. And there's shifts happening. And my gosh. Energies, portals, like this is much more than what we think it is at a surface level, which is why the heat is ramping up rapidly. And it coincides astrologically. You know, we literally are in, I believe I'm not even sure, but you guys are gonna have to check. Aries or something like that. I don't know. That's just what's coming to me is Aries energy, fire. And we need to shift to that highest timeline. And all of the timelines are playing out for this to happen. That's why I got the Tower. Divine wrath, military intelligence, analytical, fixed opinions, controlling in nature, dictator. One king wants justice and fairness. He's acting as an advisor. Another king is a dictator. Another king is ruthless. One is the bad versus the good. Evil, God, like, my goodness. It literally is good versus evil. And that's why success is going to come, but at a price. It's going to take time and it's going to take sacrifice. And this is not what they thought was going to be served on the plate. All parties involved, like, did not expect this to happen. Everyone has their own goals, and this is gonna keep going and going until it finally comes to the end, until finally someone is gonna get forcefully removed, and that's when this is gonna end. But not until unfortunately lives are lost. Like, I don't even want to put that out there, so let me take that back. But we're gonna get there. We're gonna have victory. I don't even know who we are in this, but the collective consciousness, like, we're going through this. Like, we have people who are trying to control us, who are trying to be our dictators. Like, we need to be in full spiritual sovereignty right now. This is where the message is going. I'm not picking sides, but we need to see what is happening and be aware and be in our sovereignty as this is happening, so that the scales don't tip the other way. But yeah, good versus evil happening right now. It's gonna be a while. Things are gonna get better. Happy gatherings, group effort, victory, problems resolved. With time, we're gonna heal from the wounds and the painful memories, and we'll see the pleasure in life. Yeah, conclusion, things will come to an end. The karmic cycles are ending to pave way for the new beginnings, and whatever that looks like. But I guess the message for us is to just persevere, stay within our divine truth. But honestly, this is a message of what's going on geopolitically. Like, this is the kings, I'm not going to say names, fighting over treasures, for a new enterprise, for their new world, their governings, their profits, their securities. And they're gonna be successful. The kings, whoever they are, will be successful. They're gonna have greater self-knowledge from the mistakes and hardships. The houses are going down, but we'll heal from the painful memories. Like, this is what I'm getting. Like, I'm just getting a lot. I'm getting a lot. Harshness. Like, yeah, this is what I think it's relating to. So if you resonate with this or whatever you took out of this, let me know. But the kings are fighting, and yeah, they're gonna keep fighting. But eventually, it'll come to an end, and people will be able to heal. They'll truly be able to heal. The land will be able to heal. Like, people, like whoever involved, the collective consciousness, earth involved as well, will be able to heal. And so this is truly a cycle we can't escape from. We can't avoid. We have to go through. This was bound to play out. It was written in the timelines, and it's synced up.